We are here in New York City today, helping the community celebrate its first annual Fart on Your Pets Day. And I see a little guy right over here. How you doing, little fella? Hey. Oh, aren't you just a cute one? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Got a jar of peanut butter we can share later. Yes, you are. Oh. But yes, as we're celebrating Fart on Your Pet Day, I figured I'd come cover it and actually join in the celebration. Yes, I hope you liked that. Did you like that? Oh yes, oh yes. I had some nice cube steak and mashed potatoes for supper last night, so you should enjoy that, little feller. Oh yeah. There you go.
This is CNN Breaking News.
We are here live on location in this not-so-sleeping town of Western DZ District of Washington, D.C. It is here where multiple people went on a murderous rant over blindness and bleeding. It all happened around 9:30 this evening. And here with me is Raw Dog McGee. Raw Dog, thanks for joining us. Tell us what you saw.
Man, all I know was I was in my backyard drinking beer, cooking hot dogs, and firing off fireworks, whisker-doos, whisker-don'ts, cherry bombs, razzle-dazzles, and I could hear all this screaming. And I know everybody's got a little bit of trauma in their life, but people were screaming they were blind and they were bleeding.
Wow, amazing. Were there plenty of rescue medics out there passing around a lot of tampons?
Yeah, I always told my wife those things would make a good Band-Aid.
Yes, they surely do, especially when your nose is bleeding. Well, that's going to do it for Butt, Rub Up On Me, and Raw Dog McGee. Janice, I'm going to send it back to you, and we'll go live once another witness presents themselves. Back to you in the audience. Quiet down, please. Quiet down. Yes, I know you all are aware of the events that happened earlier this evening at the Washington Western DZ District of DC. It occurred at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All our sources are telling us, and all our intel is leading to there's just a whole lot of trauma. And as we all know, there's a lot of trauma going on in the world today. We have people going blind, we got people bleeding, and most importantly, that people should know that women bleed at least once every month, so it's not really a big deal. But, the left are making it out to be a big deal, so we're going to get to the bottom of this blindness and bleeding monstrosity that took place in our beloved, sleeping, quaint district of the Western DZ District of DC, and we're going to bring those responsible to justice, because it's just a monstrosity. And I'm going to probably mispronounce some words, but I'm very emotional about what happened and took place, because everybody should use this as an example to rise above and not complain and cry about the trauma around us. We should just deal with it, grab some tampons, soak it up, especially like we use when a nose bleeds here in the military, and just go about our business. So at this time, all you correspondents out there, I know you probably have loads of questions, but I'm just going to take a few of them. I'm going to start with the voluptuous lady in the back. Yes, ma'am. What is your question?
Yeah, I have a serious concern. So are you saying there's going to be a shortage of tampons?
Oh, Lord, no. That's just crazy. Even think about it. I mean, the world is full of tampons. I mean, and besides, I mean, if by some chance the flow of tampons cease to exist, I'm pretty sure we can find other ways and means to absorb that bleeding that would be occurring. Okay.
General, will the president be submitting any type of legislation to Congress to combat the outcrying of trauma when it comes to blindness and bleeding, which trauma inflicts?
Well, at this time, the president doesn't plan on submitting any kind of legislation to Congress about this heinous act of trauma that has occurred in our Western DZ District of Washington, D.C. at this time. But now I will say there will be a press conference scheduled later today where he will call upon the communities of the DZ District of Washington, D.C., not just the Western, but all of them, to try to prevent this monstrosity and outcrying of all these agents basically sobbing all their tears about this trauma situation. Because we just all need to come together at this time as a community and not cry or concern ourselves with what somebody chooses to use in these districts. After all, they have paid their own money to purchase said game and to play this game as it's intended, because the devs put these things in their game, such as trauma, in order for us to use them. And for, just a small minority to have this so much of an outcry and piss and moan about what somebody else is using just needs to stop. So at this time, the president doesn't really call for any further actions other than the community itself coming together and just stop the shedding of all these tears over trauma. I mean, it's no different than all these other things that the other minority is using. They just want to find something to complain about, and we just need to look at the cup being half full and not half empty, and just play the game and have fun and try to be in peace and harmony. So, thank you all for your questions at this time. We're going to end this conference right here, and just be on the lookout in all the social media and the YouTubeosphere as for that press conference from the president that'll be occurring later today. But thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you fudging later.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.